Good morning, everybody. And yes, I am back. So, back sort of. We still have some issues. As you can see, we have some weird U's here instead of our traditional triangle. And charts are a little bit different to what they used to be. I had to rebuild everything. But anyway, we are back. So, a couple of things on the go here. So, first things first. Last week, we had this flat bottom triangle setting up there, and then this week we've broken it to the upside and we are now tearing away. So I'm going to take that away and we're going to put that diagonal in, and that is your flag. So where is our measured move? Where is price heading to on the 8 hour? We need to do that, and we need to do that. Lowest point of the flag. So we are looking for that area there. And I just want to go to the weekly, because what does that tell you? It is a new all-time high. So let's just get this other high in here. So the high from 2021, so going into the close of 2021, is right here. We have tested it, the new high already this year, but we are onwards and upwards at the moment. So let's just delete the noise, delete that one, and delete that one. And then you see a fairly big inside bar, then a pin bar or structure, lots of tails here as we've been hovering on this range. And now we're kicking off the week where it looks like it is onwards and upwards. So trend is still up. And remember what I said, trend is up until it's not. We've been going sideways for quite some time. And it was quite a tight range, and then it started breaking above and below as indecisions creeped in. Last week was just a consolidation week, which was really frustrating to trade, and now this week we've had a breakout. So moving down through the time frames, let's just get that level in. If you were trading, you should have had that level in as one of your levels. You can see there's a swing low. These guys tried to get to it there, and if you look back you can see a bit of a rejection on that level. So a fairly decent level, although the levels below it would have been stronger. So that would have been stronger. So that's your zone, as you can see from last week. And then the other thing that should have been in would have been that level there. You can see that's also been tested. So at the moment on the 3 hour we do have the oscillators grouping to the upside. That's not something that I'm excited about, so I would want to see some kind of a pullback. And we are also in a zone of what could be resistance. So let's just do that. So we'll pick up that tail there, and we can pick up this tail that we're in at the in actual fact. Let's just pick up that tail. That gives us a wider zone. So we're in the zone that could be resistance, and there is a bit of a flag that is forming here. And with the oscillators all as tired as they are, and we've got CPI data, and we've got the Feds coming out this week, I'd be a little bit wary about jumping in long right here. So yesterday was definitely an opportunity here. We'll get to that on 15 minutes. You can see this breakout clear as daylight. So you would have expected a pullback onto it there, you'll pull back onto the structure, and that would have been your buying area. And that is a very solid area to be buying off. No two ways about that. And if you just come down to the 15-minute and have a look at this in the 15-minute, so sideways, 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 we've gapped up, moving averages all pointing up, breakout forms a bit of a flag. You see there's a flag, expecting the pullback happens, and not really nice and tidy on the 15-minute, but this one here wasn't quite a pin bar, but there's your engulfing bar off it. There's your second engulfing bar off structure. So there were two levels here in an upward trend, and with the second one was probably the one which have triggered you, because there's your crossover of the oscillators. So yeah, I would expect a rejection at this area. Rejection onto what is a big question, because that is obviously the first area that I'd be interested in. That's 16,130. And I'm just going to use some of these levels down here because otherwise we're just going to make it extremely messy. And then the other area that I would be very interested in was the overnight high, which is 16157. Then the last situation that I'd be looking for would be this here. There is a gap here as well. So let's just keep that on the gap. Very small gap, as you can see. So that would be 16,120. So I'm looking for a pullback onto 16,120, 16,130. Worst case scenario is 16,157, which is the high of yesterday. So that would be what I'm looking for at the moment. I do suspect you're going to bounce off this area, but I'm not calling a top. Don't jump in here on the top. This is a really solid bull channel at the moment. So it could just go to come back on the channel and carry on going. So you're looking for a pullback on structure. If you don't get it on the 15-minute, and the oscillators are really tired on the higher time frames, and you're going to be looking for it on the 5-minute. But just remember, the oscillators can stay overbought for extended periods of time, as you can see here. Continuing going up this morning while the oscillators are extremely extended. So don't just use the oscillators as your yardstick. It is an indicator. An indicator means you use it in conjunction with something else, and what we do is we use it in conjunction with support, resistance, and to make sure we're on the right side of the trend, we look at the moving averages. So that's kind of the simplicity of our trading setup. There are gaps here, lots of gaps. There's gaps here as well in the 5-minute, and I don't see anything. Oh, there's one all the way down here, but I don't think that's going to be challenged. So I think those are the levels you need to pay attention to this morning. Keep very, very close eye on them. It's again 16157, 16130, 16120, and if you do break through this, then 1600. So 16000 is what you'd be looking for. Yeah, so that's kind of my view for today. Watch out for the data. There's quite a bit of data coming out. There's manufacturing data coming out as well. So it could be a situation of somebody knowing something, or it could be a situation of somebody, it's a situation of somebody knowing something, whether it's knowing something to drive price higher because we're in a recession fears are gone, or whether it's drive higher so that we can get a better entry short for when the data comes out. Now that's the part that we don't know. But anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. Trend is up. You're looking to trade with the trend until those levels start breaking, and the lows of yesterday would need to give way before the trend changes. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.